Okay, Yellowstone fans. Sit down, because I need to talk to you about something that has been living rent-free in my head ever since 2021. 4 sixes. The 6666 Ranch. And if you're a true fan of this universe, just hearing those two words already gives you chills. Because we've been waiting for this moment for a long, long time. Let me start from the beginning, because the history of this place is almost too good to be true. The 6666 Ranch goes all the way back to 1900, founded by Texas cattleman Samuel Burke Burnett. Now, you might have heard the story that he won the ranch in a card game with 4 sixes. And honestly, that story is so perfect it almost should be true, but it's actually not. The real story is just as cool. The name comes from the very first 100 cattle Burnett bought back in 1870, all branded with the 6666 mark. After the Civil War, opportunities were everywhere, and Burnett grabbed every single one of them. He built that ranch into something legendary, known across the country for its world-class workhorses, racehorses, and the finest Angus cattle you'd ever lay eyes on. And when Taylor Sheridan, our Taylor Sheridan, bought that ranch in May 2021, we all knew exactly what was coming. This wasn't just a real estate purchase. This was a man planting a flag for the next chapter of the Yellowstone universe. Now here's where I get genuinely excited, because the show's official description says, and I want you to really hear this, the 6666 is synonymous with the merciless endeavor to raise the finest horse and livestock in the world, and ultimately where world-class cowboys are born and made. I mean, come on. That is a mission statement. That is a show. And unlike the other spin-offs, 4 Sixes feels different because Taylor Sheridan owns this place in real life. He values it deeply. He works it. So when he tells this story, he's not writing fiction, he's writing his heart. And if the Madison showed us how beautifully he can portray natural ranch life free from all artificiality, just imagine what he'll do when he's telling the story of his own land. And then there are the characters, because let's be honest, that's really why we're all here. Jimmy. Our Jimmy. The guy who showed up at the Yellowstone ranch barely able to ride a horse, constantly getting hurt, constantly proving everyone's doubts right. That Jimmy went to the 6666 and came back a completely different man. A real cowboy. A rodeo expert. Someone John Dutton himself could be proud of. And when Jimmy came back to Montana in season 5 for John Dutton's funeral, it honestly felt less like a farewell and more like a preview. Like the show was saying, hey, look what Texas did to this boy. Now imagine a whole series of that. I believe Jimmy leads this show, and I believe we'll see him with Emily. Maybe married, maybe starting a family, and slowly rising through the 6666 until Travis trusts him enough to hand him real responsibility. That character arc deserves its own show. It really does. And then there's Teeter, and I will not apologize for how much I love Teeter. After losing Colby in the Yellowstone finale, she was completely broken. And watching that happen to such a fiercely alive character was genuinely painful. But then Travis and Jimmy reached out, offered her a place at the 6666, and gave her a reason to keep going. I don't expect her to walk onto that ranch and immediately be okay, because Taylor Sheridan doesn't write women that way. He writes them through their grief, the way he did with Case and Monica, the way he did with Stacy in the Madison. So I think we'll see Teeter still wearing Colby's hat, still carrying that loss, but slowly, the 6666 will do what it does best. It'll rebuild her. And when Teeter finds her footing on that Texas land, she's going to absolutely own every scene she's in. Now, Taylor Sheridan has been trying to work with Matthew McConaughey for a long time, and I genuinely believe 4 Sixes is finally where that collaboration happens. Think about it. Travis is fun and loose, but the 6666 needs someone with real authority. Someone strict, disciplined, commanding. Matthew McConaughey in that role? Walking those Texas plains, pushing Jimmy and Teeter past every limit they think they have? That's not just casting, that's destiny. And look, Taylor Sheridan already pulled off the same move with Kurt Russell in the Madison after chasing that collaboration for years. So Matthew McConaughey at the 6666 is not a dream. It is absolutely on the table. Now I know, Taylor did say in a 2023 interview that the show is on hold because, and I'm paraphrasing here, the 6666 is a real place with real families, and it deserves a unique level of special care. And honestly, I respect that completely. This isn't just another Hollywood set. Real people live and work there. The lineage is real. The legacy is real. So if Taylor needs more time to get it right, then we wait, because when this show comes, we want it to be everything. And with Dutton Ranch, the Beth and Rip spin-off, set to air in May and also based in Texas, I genuinely believe we might get our first real look at the 6666 world through that show. And after that, my fingers are crossed for a 2027 release, and I truly think it's possible. So that's where we stand, Yellowstone family. The 6666 Ranch is real. The history is real. Jimmy and Teeter are headed there. Matthew McConaughey might just be waiting for us. And Taylor Sheridan, the man who made us fall in love with Montana, is about to make us fall in love with Texas. This is not just another spin-off. This is the next great American story. And I, for one, cannot wait to watch it unfold.